Hey, well, friends, thank you so much for joining us on this 30-day video devotional to better relationships. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. I really believe that 2014 is the year to do relationships better. And I've invited a few of my dear friends, tremendous people, tremendous leaders in their respective sphere of influence. And we have been discussing my new book called The People Factor. And so today, here's a good one. Chapter 5, let's talk about it. In Chapter 5, I call it the law of selection. And the truth is, you can't be friends with everybody. Now, I know this is kind of radical because we live in a world that tells you to just go along and get along with everybody and accept everybody. But that can be disastrous if you are trying to have healthy relationships. What do you think, Roxanne?
Pastor Ben, you touched on a nerve with this one, because I think we women, and maybe Stephanie, Tasha, you can chime in on this, we want everybody to love us, and we want to be BFFs with everybody. And it's tough. It's tough to decide who you want to be best friends with and invest in, and who you want investing in you, because we just want to be liked, we want to be loved, and we want to be the belle of the ball and the princess. And it is so important that our circle of influence, our intimate circle of influence, that we make decisions that are godly, that are wise. And so you really help us with the people factor to be able to do that.
Wow.
I agree that as a woman, we do have a tendency to want to be liked. But as humans in today's society, I think socially, especially when you get into social media, people think that friendship is just a click away. Yeah. And you have to be a little bit more selective than stroking a few keys on selecting who's your friend. And actually, it's not a word that I use lightly or loosely. I'm even careful about the people that are in my intimate circle, because I have over the years become more and more selective, and the people factor is helping me, chop up and dice and separate and look through who, really belongs even more so. But for me, it's a case of being able to understand that not everybody can be your friend, not everybody is your friend, but some people are beyond even friendship. It goes back to synergy in a way. I have a friend that I spoke of earlier who I consider a confidant. Not just a friend. It goes beyond simply that word. But the selection process is biblical. Yeah. It should fall around certain particular parameters, and you have to be careful, but it's not easy. Yeah. It's not as easy as the world tells you that everybody should be included in your life. Everybody should be liked by you. Everybody deserves your time and your space and your conversation and your energy, but that's just not true. It's not true, and it doesn't necessarily bring balance to your life or health. Yeah.
Something you brought up that really stood out to me, and I think for us today especially, it's a different monster, because I think the word friends is really a misused word now, and that goes especially going back to the social media part. Because we get so wrapped up into who likes you or who doesn't like you, or who you accept or who you don't accept. And I think that a lot of us, for me especially, I'm very careful about that word, especially when it comes to the circle. Because guys are different. As men, we're different. It's how we relate to other men in our relationships, and that's different. And it's very few people that are in that close aspect that are that close to me. Because biblically, like it says, you cannot be unequally yoked with people. And the guys that are in my close circle that were actually my two best men at my wedding, those guys, they have been for years. And we've developed a relationship that has been there for a long time, but there's not that many people that get into that circle. Yeah. But they're believers as well. So we can share things with each other, and you can trust them too, because I think the hardest part of that is the friendship part, but being able to really trust a person to that level. And dealing with this part of this, I think the like you said, the law of selection, being friends, you can't be friends with everyone. I think this is so vital for our young people especially. Because that's so difficult at this day and age, because they want to be accepted. They want to be friends with everybody. It's like, I got 10,000 friends. How many do you have? 5. Yes, nobody likes you. You know what I'm saying?
Fly, I'm right there with you, man. And I tell you, Paz, the thing that got me the most is how we spend more time choosing where we're going to eat.
Yep.
Yes.
Choosing what restaurant we're going to go to, what we're going to eat on the menu. We do all of that. Homes, what's going to go in our homes, what type of car we're going to drive. And then one of the most important things, we don't spend near enough time being as selected or going down the menu as I've decided that what's on your menu. That's going to determine whether you're going to be a part of my life. It's what's on your menu and where are you on mine? Because there are some areas of a menu when you're in a restaurant that I just don't look at anymore. And so I choose to live my life now like that. I don't even want to look at it. Like you said earlier, I'm not playing anymore. I'm not playing anymore. I might not even do that anymore. But that's amazing, though, that we do that. I mean, that was early in the chapter. That's before you get anywhere else in this chapter. And then to understand less can be more. I am guilty as charged as trying to be everybody's friend. Always have. Always have. It, and I can't say why. I was just raised, like you were saying earlier, I was just raised to love everybody, like everybody, play nice with everybody. I was always the one, and I ran from group to group. The group that people ignored, the popular group, I was in all of them, but I thought I was that balance, you know, and even as a child, I thought, well, you know, I can play with them for a little while, but then I got to go back over here and play with the popular group because they won't like me if they see me over here with this less popular group. And so you're tired. You're tired. You are tired at the end of the day, and then you allow that to even come into adulthood, and you're still tired. But I'm done. Thank you.
All right, well, it's funny, but it's also sobering because what we've been discussing is chapter 5, which is the fact that there is real reason for you to be selective when you start evaluating the people that you're going to do life with. One of my favorite quotes in this chapter is when I talk about how a snapshot of your future is taken with the people in your present. And what that means is that being selective doesn't give you a license to be elitist or judgmental. But it does mean that you've got to carefully assess, are you good for where I am in my life? Maybe I don't need to continue to look at that side of the menu anymore. And I want to encourage you in 2014 as you're doing relationships better. The truth is, it's uncomfortable, but you're going to have to be selective. So listen, I pray you are blessed. I've had a great time discussing it with my friends. I can't wait until tomorrow. Hey, and if you or somebody you know has not picked up a copy of this book, make sure that you go ahead and do that. And I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow as we go further in the discussion of the people factor.